I don't start, but I record. This is recording now. Okay. And this video I posted in Blackboard of the Miami-Dade College. Don't worry, I will send email with the link connected with it. Okay. Any class I record, I post it online. This class, I don't know, the history of this class is hard, but I don't think so. If you follow me, okay, if you don't be absent, you pass, okay? I want to explain in detail at 5:40 everything, okay? And don't hesitate to ask me any question if you don't understand. About the test, about the homework, about the online test, everything I explain in detail, okay? Do you receive the syllabus? Everyone receive the syllabus? Okay. Okay, we start. Okay, let me try to share the screen. Do you see the whiteboard? Answer me. Yes, no. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
using the chat or using the microphone. Okay, because I want to explain everything in detail. Slow down. Okay. Well, how many tests we have? Well, we have 4. 4 tests. Actually, it's a partial test because the final test is totally optional. It's optional, and the idea is to help the student que, for example, fail one test, and you want to improve your grade, you take the final. The only disadvantage of the final is que it's cumulative, so everything together, but it's multiple choice. And this is created for help the student. So suppose you have some problem in one test, don't hesitate to take the final. The final is December 15th. I am watching here and looking the syllabus. Example, the test 1 will be September 17th. The second, October 15th. The third, November 5th. And the fourth is, I suppose, is December 8th. And the final December. Yeah, you can see, for example, before each test, I have 2 sections for the review. In the review, I try to send in your moment study guide. We discuss in here every question about the study guide. Normally, this test contains 12 questions, 12, 16, depending on the question, depending on the test. For example, the test number 1 is 12. The test number 2 is more complicated, is 16. Yeah, I don't remember. It's supposed to be number 3. Hey, noise! Putting off the microphone, please. Putting off the microphone, please. Microphone off. Wow. Off. Good. Michael Aguirre. Okay. Don't worry. Some students communicate can't connecting with Sky. I don't know why, but this video, when I finish, I will post it for tomorrow in Blackboard online. So you can see this. You can see again several times without with internet connection, but not necessarily. Not necessarily. Okay, this is the test I call on paper. On paper. This test, suppose, hypothetically, I send to you September 17th test number 1. And according to the calendar, September 17 is Thursday. So we have 18, 19, 20, and 21 and 22 to do the test number 1. Because the due date, so I send to you September 17, and you reply to me September 22nd, ¿no? Que es Tuesday. How you send to me? By email, by this email. The same email que I send the link now, you reply to me. You took pictures or scan, maybe in PDF format. Try to make an elegant way. No MS guy. I don't like. If I don't understand anything, I don't grade. 0 for you, right? So you are doing, my recommendation is doing the test on paper, one question per page. You took a picture or a scan, and you have a scanner, and send me to me back. Okay, clear. Super clear. So you don't understand something, you don't write in the paper the thing. Suppose you copy for another student. No. And you copy one thing that you don't know very well. No. Okay? So try to understand. We have time. And send me back. Okay. It's clear the date. This is, I call on paper. But we have also online. Any question on test on paper? No problem with the test on paper or tests. Now online. Online, we are using Alex. Are you familiar with Alex or you never see before Alex?
Not familiar.
Familiar? Yes, familiar. Everyone familiar?
Not familiar.
No familiar. Okay.
No.
No. Okay. No, don't worry.
Familiar with Connect.
We connect. Es similar, pero Alex better. But I prepared the course for the Alex. To say, okay. Listen to me. I want to present Alex now. Okay. Look. Okay. Stop sharing. Okay. Alex. Okay. Share screen. Alex. There you go. Wow. Do you see Alex or not yet? Do you see?
Yes.
Okay, it's easy. You type in the address here, www.alex.com, no? And this is the website. The student can have no account. You click in the yellow button because you are a new student. I have account, of course, because I click here, right? And here you start a process in which you create credential, username, password, blah, blah, blah. I did that, okay? Because I click and login. Okay, this is my account. And my account, I have different course, I explain. Specifically, your course is MAC1105 Full 2020. Okay, by the way, 7 students is already enrolled. 7 students. I would like everyone enrolled today when the class is over because it's super easy. Now, Let me show you something. You click here in assignment. This is the most important moment I want to explain. Assignments. You can see the assignment I prepared for you. Look, you have here initial knowledge check. No, skip that part. I don't care this. This is like a tour to explain Alex and the feature. No. You skip that. Skip it. The important part is the homework. We have two homework. Okay, homework number 1 for the test number 1, homework number 2 for the test number 2, and test, pre-test number 1 and test number 1. Okay? Let me explain it now in detail, but on the board. I go again back to the board. Again, I want to share the screen. Okay, board now. Screen, whiteboard. You see whiteboard now? Okay. Entonces, look, in the lab online, que es Alex, we have two homework. Homework 1, homework 2. This is completely optional. Well, not completely optional. You have to, so you are doing this, you are doing the completion 80% each homework. You have 10 extra points of reward, extra, bonus, extra. Entonces the test 1, pre-test. Pre-test is for practice. Okay, this is similar, very similar. I create very similar. No twin brother, but family, maybe brother. Entonces you practice this infinity time, 20 times. When you feel strong, you are ready to take the test, and the test allow you 2 attempts. That 3 you can take 2 times, and the pre-test you can take infinity time. 2 attempts. TTEMPTS. This is for the test, and this is the same idea for every chapter, every topic. That you have one test. It's a test called online. And we have the test on paper. Online, 10 extra points for the student que finish the homework. Okay. Depending the chapter, we have 1 homework, 2 homework. In this case, for the test number 1 is only 2. You practice using the homework, and be ready to take the pre-test. When you feel comfortable, you take the test 1. And this is available for now. Test on paper, no. Test on paper, you can see September 17, no? But you can see now. If you want, you open right now. Entonces, what is the formula to compute the overall grade? Formula. No, the formula is the average. Average between between everything. Test 1 on paper plus test 1 online plus test 2 on paper plus test 2 online, and so on. In total, we have 8 tests, no? 4 on paper and 4 online. That's it, guys. Any question? Are the tests multiple choice? No. Here, no multiple choice. Forget about multiple choice in college algebra. You need to show in the test on paper. You have to mandatory show the word. Show the word in detail. And online, no. But online, you need to answer the exact answer. Okay, si the answer is 2, you put 20, wrong. Everything is clear or confusing? This is the moment to ask me any question. Don't worry, because throughout the course, I will explain again this idea, no? I refresh the date, the due date, okay? Any question? No? Okay. I have the best student in Miami-Dade College.
Question.
Okay, entonces my recommendation is, as soon as possible, enroll in Alex, okay? And start, bueno, you start, you open the homework, no? I forgot to say something important. I am your teacher. I am your friend. I am no enemy. Okay, entonces I appreciate so much that when you are doing the homework, you don't know, noise. And when you don't know anything, you don't know one question, it's easy. You take a picture and send me back. I solve it in 5 seconds and I send back the solution. Only the homework. Test, no. I cannot help. Okay? That the good way to study is do the homework, plus, of course, participate in the conference when I solving the study guide. And your moment, say, before September 15. September 15 is the review. I will send, before this day, I will send the study guide. I can send right now. Entonces you see what are the typical questions in the test on paper. Okay, entonces no secret, everything is clear. Only pay attention, don't be absent. I am your friend, you are my business. Okay? I promise because you try, or you need to try. You pass well this class. Okay, I don't know why. Some people need to take 3 times, 2 times. No. Okay. Do you take attendance? Don't worry for the attendance because when you this platform Skype is fantastic. When you finish, I saw your name of the student that participated in the big. And also you can download directly of the Sky. The problem is the Sky is the video stay only 30 days, 1 month. But no, I download, I post it in Blackboard. Don't worry because next time I will send the email for the video of this conference. But I have another video on YouTube. But wait, don't worry. Let's. Do you want guys start the mathematical part or no? Do you understand everything or no? No?
Yes.
Okay. I go to the blackboard again. Whiteboard. It's a white, no black. Do you see the whiteboard? Do you see?
Yes.
Okay. Clear. Okay.
I
Now,
was asleep for a long time.
huh? What do you say? Come on, guys, put it off the microphone or activate when you have a question or type in the chat. Okay. Okay, the first topic we cover today is about complex numbers. It's important, very important. The arithmetic of the complex number. Okay. What is the idea for the complex number? Suppose I want to compute the square root negative 25. It's obvious that this computation has no real solution. Why? Putting off the microphone, please. Off microphone, please. Good. The idea is the real solution is the number inside this line. This line represents all real numbers from positive infinity to negative infinity. In the middle, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the left part, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and so on. No? So a good candidate to be solution is positive I or negative I. Remember the definition of the square root. The square root is you need to find one number can multiply by itself. Give me the answer inside the radical. So that number. So a negative positive I doesn't work because positive I times positive I is positive 25, and we need negative 25, and negative I, and negative I again is positive 25 because I know the negative times negative is positive. Conclusion. Conclusion, the solution square root negative 25 is not inside this line. That is the reason I call no real solution. Okay, now to compute that, I need definition. One definition. Definition is the square root negative 1. The mathematician call I. And I represent imaginary numbers. This is imaginary unit. Imaginary unit. If, for example, 1 is a real unit, because it's 1, and the imaginary number is I, and we have numbers that contain I, 2I, 3I, 4I, 5I, 20I, and negative I, and negative 2I. This is imaginary. So to find square root negative 25, you separate in square root positive 25 and square root negative 1. Because this and this together is negative 25. And this I know, okay, 5. The square root positive 25, obviously 5, and square root negative I, by definition, is I, and the answer is 5. Okay, super. This is super easy. Because when you have a square root any negative number, what is the formula? Professor, this is Sergio Lopez. I have been tried. Some people I don't know why I have problem with the connection. I have another class before this. Everyone connecting perfectly. I don't know. Entonces, what is the formula? What is the formula? Let me erase at least the first part. Okay. The formula is, suppose the square root negative any number is equal I in the square root of the positive number. And this is my formula. One example to understand this. Example 1, square root negative 200 is equal to square root positive 200 multiplication by I. The I are totally outside the radical. No? Then well, square root 200 unfortunately is no perfect square number, but okay, I break it down in 100 and 2. Y I know que square root 100 is 10. The answer is 10. Square root 100 is 10. 10 radical 2i. Okay, it's imaginary number, but the coefficient in front is irrational. Okay, this is not important. So in general, we have real number and we have imaginary. Okay, let's see example of the computation square root of the negative number. Suppose the square root negative 9 multiplication by square root negative 9 is equal to something. What do you think is the answer of this? Square root negative 9 times square root negative 9 is
3i.
3i. Okay, he said that part is 3i. I agree with him 100%. And this is exactly the same, no? 3i, no?
Yeah, so 0.
Exactly. So the multiplication is 3 times 3 is 9. And multiplication I times I is I squared. This is perfect. But this is not the final answer. Because I want to prove that I squared is equal to negative 1. Okay, see, by definition, remember, square root negative 1 is I. You square both sides. I square, and the square root is canceled. There's a negative 1 is equal to I squared. Because immediately you see one solution, I squared. No, don't leave it like that. You put replace I squared for -1, and the answer is negative. And make it sense, because square root any number times square root any number is equal any number. Yes or no? It's obvious, right? But what is the mistake? The mistake is you try to join this radical and only one radical. This is a mistake. I want to do mistake now. Look at that mistake. Suppose one student that don't know very well algebra, doing in that way. Put together and only one radical. And -9 times -9 is positive 81. And the square root positive 81 is positive 9, no -9. This is wrong. Okay, why is wrong? Because we cannot combine radicals. So you need to compute separately. When you have negative inside the radical, it's imaginary. This is the indicator, it's imaginary. And participate the I in the game. Okay? Everyone follow me? Are you lost? Yes. Brian say yes. Okay. I want to erase the board. I can erase the board. Yes, erase the board. You can take a screenshot if you want. I don't know. Okay, see, I posted the video. You can, well, no, whatever you want. But you prefer watching the video and you copy in your notebook, or you don't copy in the paper? Like an antique game, antique old fashion. It's copied in the notebook. No, you prefer this or not? I prefer. Okay, I bring for you notebook. Okay, good, very good. I bring several. Example 3. Suppose a square root -64 times square root -25. Multiplication. What is the answer, guys? Try. You compute separately. Square root -64. Square root -25. Square root -24. This guy is 8i. Imaginary. Don't forget the I. And this is 5i. We did before. And this is 40. I square. I square I know gets -1, therefore it's -40. Any question? No? Example 4. Good. Square root -16 times square root -4 times square root -49. Again, negative number inside the radical. Immediately, this is imaginary. And this is 4i, and this is 2i, and this is 7i, no? And your multiplication, 4 times 2 is 8, times 7 is 56, I cube to the third power. And leave it like that? No. Because I know that I cube is I squared times I. I1. 1 is invisible, you know? I squared is -1, so it's negative I. This is -1, I know, it's real. The answer is -8. Therefore, more elegant answer is -56. It's unbelievable how working the power of I. I to the second power is real, it's -1. I to the cubic power is -I, it's imaginary. Let's see what happens with I to the fourth power. We have another example. Example 5 is square root -36 times square root -81 times square root -16 times square root -9. So you see, wow, it's negative number inside the radical. This is imaginary. Therefore, I compute separately. And this is 6i, multiplication 9i, multiplication 4i, multiplication 3i. and you put in a calculator because it's allowed using calculator. Of course, you have calculator at home. You multiply 6 times 9 times 4 times 3, and the answer is 648 I to the 4 power because we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 I. The I to the 4 power, no, don't leave it like that. I to the 4 power, let me prove I to the 4 power, I can break it down like I squared times I squared because 2 plus 2 is 4. I squared, I know is negative 1, and negative 1 multiplied by itself is positive 1. Therefore, I to the 4 power is 1. The elegant answer is 648 positive. Wow. So this is the crucial moment in which I want to summarize the power of I to the second, I to the third, I to the fourth, I to the fifth, to the sixth. Because I try to discover a formula to find any power of I directly. Any question? Everyone follow me?
Yes,
Please.
I have a quick question.
Please.
Why isn't the answer negative 648?
No. Because I discovered that I to the 4 power is positive 1. So the only thing you should do is multiplication this number. Y ahí discover que I times I times I times I, que es I to the 4, is positive 1. Multiplication 648 times positive 1. The answer is 648. Okay?
Okay, I understand now.
Super.
So how did you get the negative for the example 4, the negative 56?
Well, because I discover que I to the QE is negative I. Unfortunately, I erased the board, but I want to do for you now. I cubed means is I squared times I to the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. I know que I squared is negative 1, therefore it's negative I. So you replace I cubed for negative I. Negative I. Super?
Okay.
Super. Entonces dice, okay, it's confusing. I understand. But don't worry, I want to summarize everything in detail now. Let me summarize power of I. Power of I. The first one is I to the 1, que es just I. The second one is I to the second, que es negative 1. The third one is I to cubic, que es negative I. And the next is I to the 4 power, que es positive 1. So I try the next, que es I to the 5th power, okay, I to the 5th power. In my mind, I break it down like I to the 4 power times I to the 1. But I discover que I to the 4 power is 1, positive 1, and positive 1 multiplied by I is just I. Okay, entonces this is no coincidence, it's a fact que this number and this number is the same. Now repetition 4 by 4. I to the 6 power is negative 1, I to the 7 power is negative I to the 8 power is positive 1, and this continue forever, continue forever 4 by 4. Entonces I take advantage this property to compute any power of I. Any power. Suppose example, I bring example to understand very well. Suppose I compute example, I don't know, I to the 15 power. There are different ways to do it. One way is, well, okay. You separate 15 in different exponents, but what combination is better? In my opinion, the best combination is the combination can include a multiple of 4, because 4, 8, next is 12, no? Is 1. So any exact multiple of 4 is equal to positive 1. Next is 16, no? Is 1. Next is 20, is 1. Any exact exponent multiple of 4, the answer is 1. So I take advantage of this. So what is the multiple of 4 close to 16, but down, not up? Because up complicated because you need to use a negative exponent. No. I don't want a negative exponent. So I break it down 15 and 12. Get the a multiple of 4 close to 15 down and 3. But this I know que es 1. Y I know que I QB es negative. The answer is negative. Do you understand this way? However, I want to explain another fantastic, easy way. It's a shortcut. You take 15. Yes, this is funny. You divide by 4. Always divided by 4. What is the reason divided by 4? Because it's 4 by 4. Es obvio que es 3. Multiplication is 12. Subtraction is 3. Entonces, I don't care. It's 3. I care this 3 is the remainder. The remainder is this 3 is this 3. The answer is I identification, que es I cube it, and I know by the first column, que es negative. End the story. Don't worry, I have 1, 2, 3 more examples to explain everything in detail.
That one was easy.
The
one you just did.
Super. You take the way you consider better for you. Remember, we are living in the free country. Okay. Let me, you help me. Suppose I to the 18 power. Suppose I to the 20 power. Suppose I to the 9 power. Compute that. This is a typical question on the test, guy. Typical question. Typical question is like in the first example, get radical minus 25, radical minus 9. I don't know, see, we have 2 radical or 3 radical. This is one question on the test. And another question, the second, is the power of 5. Okay. Somebody help me or no? 18, no? I take 18, que es the point. Divided by what? Divided by 4,
is
no?
I.
Pero you divide by 4 first, no?
Correct.
Division by 4, by hand, no calculate. The calculator give me a decimal. I don't care, decimal. Entonces es 4, because 4 times 4 is 16,
16.
And the remainder is 2. So this is equivalent to say I squared, this 2 is this 2. Yeah, I know that this is negative 1. Final answer. Final answer. 20. Putting off the microphone, please.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. 20. 20 is exact multiple of 4. Yes or no?
Yes.
Entonces, what's the answer? 1, exactly. That's it. Suppose I don't realize. It's about 4 because you don't remember. F5 is 20 and remainder 0. And 0 means que es like I to the 0 power, gets the point, and any number or expression raised to the 0 power is 1. It's another way to see that. Or you immediately recognize que 20 is exact multiple of 4, therefore the answer immediately is 1. Or you divide and you discover que the remainder is 0, and raised to the 0 power is also 1. 9 by 4 is 2, is 8, remainder 1, I to the 1 is just I. Any question? No?
No.
I saw. Okay. Good class. I like this. Okay. Let's go to the, when we study imaginary number, we study real number, but now the combination. We study one thing is called a complex number. Complex. What is complex? Complex number is the combination of real number and imaginary number. For example, 4 plus 3i is a complex number because 4 is a real part and 3i is imaginary part. Okay? And together it's a complex. Entonces let's study operations using complex number. Operation like, division, addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay? Okay, suppose the first one is, well, okay, let me explain one operation que es conjugate. Super easy. Conjugate is conjugate. And the notation that we are using for the conjugate is 4 plus 3i hat. This hat indicate conjugate. And this is easy because the conjugate operation, the only thing it should do is change the sign of the imaginary part. So the real part stays the same, 4 minus 3. Ay. Putting off the microphone, please. It's a child. Okay, conjugate, you understand conjugate? Conjugate is change the sign of the imaginary part and the real part stays the same. Okay, let's see addition. Addition two complex numbers. Easy. Suppose one complex number gets 4 plus 3i, the same complex number, plus 2 minus I. Well, the only thing you should do is remove the parentheses, 4 plus 3i plus 2 minus I, no? And we combine later. 4 plus 2 is 6. And 3i minus 1i is 2. Final. The addition is super easy. I don't know, a student failed in the test addition. Of course, I put combination, addition, subtraction. There's some people confused. I don't know. Subtraction is similar. The only thing is that you change the sign of the sign. Subtraction. We have subtrahend, minuend, and subtrahend. No, we have two pieces. In addition, no. In addition, everything is the same. But in subtraction, well, you have, for example, let's do exactly the same complex number, but now subtraction minus 2 minus 1. Well, when you remove the parenthesis, the first guy, the minuend, stays the same. But the subtrahend, no, change the sign. So it's -2 plus I. Because negative and positive is negative, and negative together is positive. And now you combine like that. 4 minus 2 is 2 positive. And 3i and 1i is 4i. Final answer. Any question? Addition and subtraction is super easy, and you have no forgiveness to fail in the test. This question. Let's see multiplication. Multiplication is a little bit more complicated, and division is more complicated. Multiplication. Multiplication contains two steps. Suppose you multiply exactly the same number. You multiply 4 plus 3i times 2 minus I. Entonces you consider que the complex number behave like a binomial, so two pieces, and you apply FOIL. The first multiplication is 8, 4 times 2, no? 4 times minus I is minus 4i. Inner is 6i. And last is minus 3i squared. This is the first step. The second step is combine like term, but before to combine like term, you replace I squared for -1 because you know that they are equivalent. We studied before. So this is 8 minus 4i plus 6i plus 3. Because this is -1 and negative together become positive. Now ready to combine. 8 plus 3, 11. And this is -4 and positive 6, 2i. Final answer. Multiplication. Multiplication first, FOIL. First. And second, replace I squared because always you can see I squared. And finally, combine. Lighter. Any question? Any question? No.
I'm
Okay.
confused about the answer a
Come
little
on,
bit.
come on. Any questions? This is a moment. Come on, miss.
I'm confused about how you got the answer.
What?
I'm confused on how you got the answer.
The answer is 11 plus 2i.
How?
Because 8 plus 3 is 11, no? You combine real part, and imaginary part, and imaginary part. 6 positive, minus 4 and is 2 positive.
Okay.
You,
Okay, now
you,
I understand
you,
now.
you combine separately. Real, imaginary. And we working, you write the final answer, que is a complex number, of course, and contain real part and imaginary. Okay? So, okay, remember, FOIL first. After replace I square for -1, que always happen, que I square, you can see. And finally, combine letter. So combine real, imaginary. Okay. This is the most elementary example of the multiplication. However, I have another, a little bit more interesting. Look, another example of the multiplication. But this is special. Why is it special? Because you multiply one complex number, suppose this again, time its conjugate. What is the conjugate? Remember the definition of the conjugate is the same complex number, but the imaginary part have opposite signs. Suppose que positive is negative, suppose que negative. This is the conjugate. So the conjugate of this number is this number. The conjugate of this number is this number. Opposite sign of the imaginary. But now you multiply. Well, okay, I don't know anything. You try to do it in the same way. You apply FOIL, 4 times 4, 16. 4 times minus 3i is minus 12. And 3i times 4 is plus 12. And finally, is minus, because positive times negative is negative, 9i squared. Wow, look at what happened. And always happen when it's conjugate. This is a special multiplication. The imaginary part is gone. And you replace I squared by -1 here. And this negative together become positive. So the answer is 16 plus 9 is 25. Wow, amazing. So you have two conclusions. When you multiply any complex number times its conjugate, two weird situations happen. Number one, the answer is real. The answer is always real. So you can see the answer is 25. No I. The I disappear, cancel out. Always when it's conjugate. Now, the second conclusion is a little bit more complicated to see. The shortcut to do fast in 1 second is that you multiply 4 times 4. So you multiply the real part, is 16. And you multiply without consideration of the I. You ignore the I. And you ignore this sign. 3 times 3 is 9. Always is positive. It's always positive. What is the reason it's positive? Because this negative and this negative together become positive. So what is the formula, Professor? The formula is, suppose in general we have one complex number. I want to call in general A plus IB. A represents the real part, B represents the imaginary part. And you multiply by its conjugate. The answer is A squared plus B squared. Wow! You multiply this and this, A times A is A squared. You multiply B times B without consideration I ignore the I ignore the sign, because I know it's positive. And this is the formula to compute the multiplication to complex number when the particular case is they are conjugate. Otherwise, no. Okay, see, they are not family, it's not a special product, it's a regular product, and you apply, as always, FOIL. And you replace I squared for -1 and combine later. But this is special because you are doing more. Okay, or you can do easier multiplication, real, imaginary, and plus in between. always. Do you understand this or no? It's confusing, right? When I explain this, the student at the beginning don't understand very completely. But don't worry because I bring example. And you prove me that you understand or no. Okay, example of the special multiplication. Suppose I want to multiply. Look at that. This is an interesting example. 1 plus I times 1 minus I. Immediately I realize, wow, it's a conjugate, right? So I apply a special shortcut. Yes or no? And what is the answer? What is the answer? Please help me. Who help me? Yeah? What is the answer? No
One.
idea. No.
Two.
So he said 1.
I got
1,
2.
0, no? What is the answer?
I got
What's the
2.
answer? Repeat again. Repeat again.
2.
2. There's the answer. Okay. The answer is 2. Look, let me show you. Suppose I don't know, or I don't remember the shortcut. You multiply 1 times 1 and 1. Always plus. Guys, always plus. What is the coefficient here? 1 and 1. And 1 times 1 is also another one. The answer is 2. Okay, let me prove. 1 plus I, 1 minus I, multiplication FOIL, because I don't remember the shortcut. You multiply 1 times 1 is 1. You multiply 1 times I is minus I. You multiply positive I times 1 is positive I. And you multiply this is negative I squared. And the I, as always happen, is cancelled. The I squared, I know, is negative 1. This negative 1 and this negative 1 become positive. 1 plus 1. Without shortcut. Another example, 2 plus I. 2 minus I. Times 2 plus I. What is the answer? Okay. Number 1. Number
4.
4. He said 4. No 4. Okay. Number 1.
3.
3. No 3.
5.
5 is the answer. Because 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. It's always positive, and the answer is 5. Let me prove one more time. Okay. Listen to me. Important thing. Number 1 important. The answer, when you multiply any complex number times its conjugate, the answer is just real. No I anymore. No I know. And it's multiplication. I want to repeat one more time. Multiplication. Real, 2 times 2, 4. Imaginary coefficient here is 1. Imaginary coefficient is 1. 1 times 1 is 1, but always plus, because you know, I squared negative 1, another negative 1 become positive, right? Okay, one more example, and you let me know. Suppose you multiply 1 plus 3i times 1 minus 3i. What is the answer? Hmm?
10.
10, you're right. The answer is 10. Because 1 times 1 is 1, always plus, and 3 times 3 is 9, is 10. The answer, unbelievable, is true. It's real, no I anymore. And it's just the multiplication, the real part, and the real part, and the imaginary part, and the imaginary part, without consideration of the I. I is not important. Well, it's not important in the shortcut. And the real I, yes, is important. Okay, let's do the multiplication one more time to understand que 10 okay, is 1 plus 3i, 1 minus 3i is 4. 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 3i minus 3i. 3i times 1 plus 3i. And this together is minus 9i squared. As always, the imaginary part is cancelled. Always. E replace I squared for -1, this is 1 plus 9. Any question, guys? Okay, so this allow me to understand the division. Do you understand this? You understand now division. And division is another important question in the test. Division now. Division complex number. You divide, for example, 4 plus 3i divided by 2 minus 1. Okay, this is example that we're doing now. Division. This line indicates division. So always, the procedure is always the same. And only to reduce or manipulate this division, you have to create here one guy I call a smart one. A smart one. And this smart one is formed by the conjugate of the complex number and the denominator part. So the complex number and the denominator is 2 minus I, the conjugate is 2 plus I, and 2 plus I divided by itself is obvious is 1. So this guy is 1. So this one doesn't affect my answer. However, I multiplication this and this using the shortcut. Yeah, I know that the answer is 5. Yes or no? 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1, and always plus. The answer is 5. And you multiply now the top part. But the top part, we are not shortcut. It's totally different family. And you multiply 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 4i. 3i times 2 is 6i. And finally, 3i times I is plus 3i squared. Immediately, I replace I squared. I'm using another color to emphasize this. I squared, you know, get -1. No? So we have 8 plus 4i plus 6i minus 3. No? I minus 3. On top. Go again. Okay, minus 3. Everyone understand where I come from? Minus 3? Divide everything by 5. 8 minus 3 is part, real part. Imaginary part and imaginary part. 4i, 6i, 10i. Divided by 5. Leave it like that. No, this is wrong. Not wrong, but it's not elegant. Entonces, when you express the answer in the computation complex number, you have to express it in a standard. A standard form. And a standard form, you split this common denominator like that. Look. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And 10i divided by 5, because it's a binomial divided by monomial, only one guy, so you can split. And 10 divided by 5 is 2. And this is the beautiful final answer of the division. Any question? No. Yes. You are right, you are wrong. You follow me? Confusing? Another example. I bring another. Come on, guys, I need participation. It's important. Remember, this is remote. I need to see your face. Got it. Okay. Brian said, got it. Everyone got it? Sure. Okay, please putting off the microphone. Putting off the microphone, please. What is the student can have the microphone open? Okay, good. No good. Okay. One more example of the division. Suppose this is easy. 10 divided by 1 plus 3i. Well, in this case, it's a little bit confusing because it's 10 is real number divided by 1 plus 3i is a complex number. But the procedure is the same. You create a smart one, using the conjugate of the complex number in the denominator. Remember, you create a smart one here in which you divide any expression divided by itself. Okay, obviously, this is 1, and this any is the conjugate of this. So 1 plus 3i conjugate is 1 minus 3i. ¿No? Hey, microphone. ¿Qué pasa? Pulling off the microphone, please. Okay, let me see who is the microphone. Okay. Now, let's do a multiplication. Let's do the multiplication. The multiplication is. I did before this multiplication, no? This is 10. Yes or no? Do you remember or no? 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 3 is 9. And 1 plus 9 is 10. And the top is easier because it's just a real number multiplied by a complex number. So it's 10 minus 30i. 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 3 is 30. Finally, standard form, 10 divided by 10 is 1. 10 divided by 10, you split the exponent, and 30 divided by 10 is 3. The answer is 1 minus 3i. Any question, right? Super. No problem with the division. I promise in the review package, in the study guide, we continue practice. We continue practice. More division problem. But this is the basic. Okay, let me go now to practice the power of I again, but using negative exponent. The power of I with negative exponent. Okay, suppose I to the minus 9. Suppose in the test I put something like that. No positive, no negative. Well, it's similar. It's similar. The only thing you should do is remember what's the meaning of negative exponent is reciprocal. So it's 1 over I to the 9 positive. So the only thing you should do first is flip it up. Okay, reciprocal. Reciprocal. And after it's easy. You compute the I to the 9 power. You take 9 divided by 4. 2. They say remain the 1. So it says 1 over I, no? Okay, because this exponent, the 1, is equivalent to 9. Because you delete mentally any multiple of 4 because I know the 1. And leave it like that, no? Remember the standard form. So you perform now division of this complement. You divide 1 divided by I, que is imaginary. Again, the same procedure, you create the smart one with the complex number of the denominator. So the denominator is just I, no? I, in my mind, I can interpretation like a 0 plus I. So the real part, so this is purely imaginary number. I is purely imaginary. We have no real part. When you compute the conjugate of I is 0 minus I, no? Que es negative. Exactly, this negative I is the thing I try to put here. Entonces, this is my smart one. It helped me to simplification the problem, no? Now, I times I is minus I squared, right? But remember, again, when you see in one problem, I squared, immediately you replace by negative 1. And negative 1, and another negative 1, this negative 1, and this negative 1 that we have in the front become positive 1. And 1 times negative I is negative I. So basically, I multiply this and this, top, bottom. So this is negative I. And negative I divided by 1 is negative. And the final answer is just negative. Do you understand this or no?
Yes.
Okay, let's practice. I have 2 more examples of the power of I using a negative exponent. It's exactly the same thing, except we have one extra step first. in which you flip it. Okay, suppose I do the negative 13. I don't know in the test I put positive exponent or negative exponent. You need to be aware to compute everything. This is 1 over I to the 13. And 13, you divide it by 4. This is 3, no? 12 is 1. This is 1 over I. Well, this is, well, no, this is exactly the same I did before, no? Yeah. The smart one is negative I, negative I, divided by 1, the answer is negative. It's a coincidence. 11, one more and that's it, negative 11. 1 over I to the 11 power. You divide 11 divided by 4 is 2, no? 8, remainder 3, 1 over I cubic. But I know the I cubic is negative I, so we have 1 over negative I. And perform the division, you multiply by conjugate. And the conjugate of negative I is positive I. So this is I, 1 times I is I. And this I did before, here you remember que es 1, no? When you multiply I and negative I, it's exactly the same we are doing, but in opposite direction, but it's the same. The multiplication is commutative always. This is 1, and the answer is positive. Super. No problema.
Professor.
Please.
Yeah, I wanted to see why when you multiply the negative I by the I, it doesn't become a negative 1.
No, positive 1. Let me show you. Negative I times positive I is negative I squared. Are you agree? I times I squared.
Yes.
It is negative, stay here. But I squared, you know, is negative 1. I squared is negative 1. Entonces, this negative
Okay,
I copy. Eso. Es positive.
Okay, I see how you got it. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, now let's continue with the operation with the complex number. Complex number is important, guys, in algebra. Because when you solve an equation, maybe solution is complex, sometimes no. Suppose that we need to compute the power. So power of complex number 2 plus 3i squared. Okay, this is also a special problem because you can interpretation this like a 2 plus 3i times itself. In this case, they are perfect twins, brother. This is different, completely different to 2 plus 3i multiplication 2 minus 3i. This is a family, but this is conjugate. This is a family, but they are twin, brother. The shortcut you apply here, you cannot apply here. But you can apply another shortcut. I don't know. So I prefer apply FOIL again. Why not? You FOIL. You multiply 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3i is 6i. 3i times 2 is 6i again. Repetition. It makes sense because the twin brother, no? And finally is plus 9i squared. So you replace I squared. I know the negative 1. Actually, we have 4 plus 6i plus another 6i minus 9. Because this is negative 1. Negative 1 and positive become negative. And finally, combine like term 4 and negative 9 is negative 5. And this together is 12. Okay? It's a little bit different to the conjugate because in conjugate, this is cancel out because have opposite sign. In this case, no. They are the same sign, now duplication. 6i and 6i is like a twice. Well, do you understand this example?
Yes.
Okay, let me complicate a little bit your life now. And suppose now square root 2 plus I radical 2 over 2 squared. When I put this example, the student say, Professor, what's the reason you want to complicate this? Because the square root 2 over 2 is irrational number. Okay. This is the intention. Okay, this is radical 2 over 2 plus I radical 2 over 2 times itself. Radical 2 over 2 plus I radical 2 over 2. And one more time, you apply 4. But I want to explain something first. You see that the number is the same, so they are repetition of the multiplication. I want to do only one time. You see, for example, let me do the first multiplication. Radical 2 over 2 times radical 2 over 2. Radical 2 over 2 times radical 2 over 2. Bueno, radical 2 times radical 2 es 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. And you reduce in lower term and 1 half. So any multiplication is 1 half. So the first multiplication is 1 half. The second and the fourth is also 1 half, pero contain I. 1 half I. The next multiplication is 1 half again I, because it's the same. And the last multiplication is 1 half again, pero negative, right? Minus 1 half. Yes or no? Do you see? Because contain I squared is equal to negative 1. Do you want to do step by step or you follow me? You follow me? Or let's do it step by step. Step by step. Okay. Super. The thing we are doing is what? First, outer, inner, and last. Okay. The answer for the first is radical 2 over 2 times radical 2 over 2. I did this multiplication. This guy times this. This is 1 half. I discovered this. Everyone follow me get 1 half? Do you understand where I come from 1 half? Sure? Sure? Okay. The second is, the outer is this times this. Okay, by the way, it's the same answer, but contain I, because the number is the same. So it's 1 half I. Inner is the multiplication, this and this. It's the same, but in completely opposite direction. No? And the last is this times this, que is the most complicated part, is I radical 2 over 2 times, again, I radical 2 over 2. Well, you know que radical 2 over 2, wait a second. You know que radical 2 over 2 times itself is 1 half. And remember we have I times I is I squared. I squared I know que es negative 1, entonces negative 1. So the answer is, I copy. First, 1 half. Inner, 1 half I. Outer, sorry. Inner is the same. And last is negative 1. And now ready to combine later. This and this is cancelled. The real part is gone. And it stays 1 half plus 1 half is 1. This is what is the answer, guys. What do you suppose is the answer? I'm confused with this. What is the answer? One half I plus 1 half I. It's I. It's 1 or it's I? It's I. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's just I. The answer is just I. I put this a weird example, no? I promise que in the test I don't put something like that, but this is interesting, no? At least to understand. Okay, so we have only 2 minutes. Let me try in 2 minutes to summarize a little bit everything about the arithmetic, no, of the complex number, right? This is a typical problem of the test. Look, for example, some complex number is given. Suppose Z is equal 3 minus 4i, semicolon, and W is another complex number, is 8 plus 3i. Entonces, they want que yo cumplir several operations. Suppose compute 3 plus I hat. Comma. W minus W hat. Comma. C times C hat. Comma. C minus W hat. Wow. Now it's easy. Who is C? C is this. I copy exactly the same. 3 minus 4i. Plus the conjugate of C. The conjugate of C is 3 plus 4i, no? Because C conjugate is bar here, is bar is equal 3 plus 4i, no? Remember, the conjugate idea is change the sign of the imaginary part. Okay, remove the parenthesis, 3 minus 4i plus 3 plus 4i. Wow, combine the term, the imaginary part is cancelled, and 3 plus 3 is 6. Really? I did that. One more and that's it, I promise. Okay, because time is over, no? 6:55 is over. The time fly, guys. But it was good working with you. Okay, one more. I copy W. W is 8 plus 3i. I put a parenthesis just in case. Minus the conjugate of W, que is 8 minus 3i. Remember, I changed the sign of the imaginary part. Remove the parenthesis. 8 plus 3i minus 8 plus 3i. And we combine that term. The real part is cancelled, and the imaginary part is combined. 3 plus 3 is 6. Super. Okay. Maybe I forgot to say something. The lab online, definitely we have to purchase, right? Using your money or financial aid. In this moment, the bookstore in Honte Campo is not open. But I want to send to you one email que provide the link to connecting this, and you purchase as soon as possible the lab online. Just in case, remember, we have financial aid code que I provide in the syllabus. Now, you're using the financial aid code. This is valid for 2 weeks. As soon as possible, you enroll in the lab online, create the account, and start working. I'm here for you. Any question, let me know. I love you guys. I love you so much.
Before we go, the code that you provided didn't work. I had to purchase it.
Okay. Some students say que the financial aid code doesn't work. This is maybe my experience is too long. It's too long. Entonces now maybe there are one spelling no good. Entonces, for example, normally involve zero, que you don't know si es zero or es O. Entonces, the student can have problem, it doesn't work, the financial aid code, email me with the problem. I reply with the original because the only thing I want is copy and paste. Because you are doing exactly the same. You copy and paste. And when you copy and paste, I can guarantee you that this code work. Okay? Okay?
Professor,
Thank you. Who say?
this is Olga.
Olga.
Hi, how are you? How are you?
Fine.
I wanted to ask you, so do we only need to purchase the Alex, or do we need to obtain a course textbook or ebook?
Well, the Alex contain inside the electronic book.
Okay.
But you know, okay, the idea for the Mathematica, the new Mathematica is no book, guy. No heavy book, no expensive book, it's $200. No. The cost is relatively cheaper. It's less than $70.
Because it says $60, but it only gives us access until October.
No.
No.
Why?
Like when I was choosing, it said 6 weeks or 11 weeks, and then the access for
okay. Our class is 16 week.
All right.
You need to purchase the option que contain 16 week because we are working from today to the last day, it's December. So no 6 week, no 8 week, because we have test 1, test 2, test 3, and test 4. Okay?
Okay.
Now, super. Any other question? A smart question. This is the question I want. Smart. We're recording the posted. As soon as possible, Miss. Miss or Mister? As soon as possible. Okay? I stop recording.